topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Hello and welcome to Fearless Fabulous You. I'm your host, Melanie Young, and it's Christmas Eve 2025. What am I doing on the show? I don't know. Everybody's already traveling, but David and I are spending our first Christmas together here in New Orleans, and we're excited because it's our really official first Christmas. And we're going to talk today about something that I consider important, which is making New Year's resolutions. January 1st is my birthday. I'm turning 6767, whatever that means. I'm turning it. And I plan to age younger. It's right. I don't think about my physical age anymore. I think about my mental age and how I feel and my attitude toward life. And I truly believe that the fountain of youth is not in a glass. It's not in a jar. It's not in a pill. It's not in injections. It's here, how you approach life. And last night, I went to a celebration in the Oaks, which is this amazing light show of lights and beautiful music in City Park, which is a beautiful oasis in the city of New Orleans, my home. And it takes place in City Park in an amusement park, Storyland. Great place for kids. There's also the botanical gardens, and there's Ferris wheels and roller coasters and a wonderful train show, and this very historic carousel. Now, I have a thing about carousels. I used to love riding them as a kid. So David and I waited. We did the choo-choo train ride around the park and sang Christmas carols with all the kids. We had hot cocoa. We had our roasted marshmallows. And then we decided to ride the carousel, and we waited till we get the horses that go up and down and up and down. Why am I sharing this with you? Because as I was on that carousel ride, holding on tight, I was thinking about how nice it is to be a kid and approach life from the eyes of someone that is still excited about life. And is still excited about crazy things like riding a carousel and toasting marshmallows and walking around looking at lights and bubbles going up and fake snow. And I said to myself, I'm getting ready to turn a year older, but I'm going to turn back the clock in my head. I can't do anything about my physical age, but I can do a lot about my mental age. And so can you. And it was kind of a huge, fun reset because I've recently had some surgery that was quite painful. It was breast reconstruction surgery. Another show, another story, but it wasn't fun or funny or great, and I'm still sore. And I was starting to feel my age, and I had to do that mental reset. Well, it worked. It worked riding a carousel horse last night. And I thought about what I wanted 2026 and my next year to be like, which is usually laying a path toward the rest of my life, which obviously is a shorter path than what it used to be. Anyway, I decided that I want 2026 to be the year of taking it slow. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I want you to think about that because slow can be seen as slow as a positive, but so many people look at slow as a negative. And I want to address that and help us reset that. Okay, people go, oh, she's slowing down. Melanie's slowing down. Your mother's slowing down. She's a slow poke. She's in the slow lane. She's so slow. She's slow in her head. She's slowed in speed. Slow, why is slow a negative? Why isn't it positive? You know, I come from the food and beverage world. Slow food and slow wine are hugely important. It's the antithesis of fast food and quick fake wine. And there is fake wine out there. Slow beverage. Slow food is enjoying a slow cooked home meal, enjoying it over a table set with china and silver and not takeout, and having a conversation and chewing slowly and mindfully. Slow is being mindful. It's not being lazy. It's not being you're getting old. You're not failing. Slow is a positive thing, and we need to stop making it be a negative. We're always on the fast track, the fast lane, the fast track to success, the fast lane. I spent over 35 years, almost 40, in the fast lane, on the fast track, trying to be the best I could, running a company, getting promotions, getting clients. I was so fast tracked that I forgot to slow down. And I ran out my motor. That's right. I burned out my motor, got breast cancer, and just said, I just burned out. Because if you press the accelerator too hard and too fast, and you're always going fast in the fast lane, you will blow out your mental motor, I promise. So let's get it all rebalanced. Let's embrace slow. Let's embrace not overdoing every day with multiple tasks. I have so many friends that this one friend, she's always so busy. I don't know. I hope she's making money with all that busy, because she's really busy and she's stressed out because of it. She's got meetings, she's got volunteer work, she's got coaching, she's got a new business she's started. It's just too much busy for me. I said to her, I hope that this busy brings you a lot of joy, doesn't stress you out, keeps you healthy, and makes you money. Because I'm kind of looking at things like, do I want to be busy just to say I'm busy all the time? No. In fact, I'm too busy already. I have 2 weekly shows. I write articles. I write blog. That's a lot already, and I'm going to slow it down. So what sparked all this? Well, a couple of things. As I said, I'm turning over another year, and I always like to reflect on where I've come from and where I'm going. And I do want to slow down. I just had surgeries where I was forced to slow down. Breast reconstruction, natural tissue breast reconstruction surgery is painful. I did it. I needed to do it. I did it. I had a little issue, had to go have some things, an infection removed. I was forced to slow down. But in the process of having to slow down, I learned it's not so bad. You can read a book, you can talk to people, you can prioritize your day and your day energy. So maybe the mornings you have more energy and you can put a hard stop at 4. Or maybe you have kids and you want to get things done in the morning, so you have a hard stop for them when they come home from school. Whatever, the point is, I started putting hard stops on my day so I could heal and slow down and heal. Because if I knew if I didn't do that, I wasn't going to recover. And I wanted to recover because I like to get out and about. Another thing that triggered me about this was we're planning trips. So I'm planning our annual end of year trip. This is a huge deal for me. I am a New Year's baby, and I've had a tradition since I was 30. And didn't I tell you I was turning 67? So it's like 37 years. I have had this treasured tradition of spending New Year's, my birthday, somewhere different every year, to ring in the new year, set new intentions, write down my resolutions, and enjoy an amazing experience. Not waiting for someone to bring me joy, but I create my joy. So this year we're planning a trip to Portugal. Bucket list trip, because I've never been to Portugal, although I went last week on business. But, I've never been and really spent any time in Lisbon. I've heard wonderful things. I've done my research. I went to my local library. I got my books. I asked friends. I put together a 10-day trip, and I allowed time to slow down. And I started asking people, what do you do in Portugal? Anyway, people were sharing me itineraries where they were 1 day here and 1 day here and 1 day here and overnight here and half a day here. And they said, we like this because we like to take things slow when we travel. And I actually wrote somebody back. I said, I don't think you're taking anything slow. You have this jam-packed itinerary. You're spending one night in different places. What's so relaxing and slow about that? So if you're planning, whether your holiday plans are already underway, but if you're for 2026 planning a trip, do this if you can afford it. Obviously, budget always matters. Add that one extra day to decompress when you land, that one extra day to just get lost and explore, that one extra day where you're not overly scheduled. Look for trips where you can take it slow. This also applies to your living life and how you live your life every day. So it may be not a big trip, but I'm talking about travel in this show in a minute. It could be how you live your life or how you do a staycation. Just take it slow. I see so many people planning things and they're just over planning to death. Like they have to be busy every hour of the day when they're traveling. And I don't see a joy in that. I like to bookend my trips now so I can take time to breathe. And this also includes my business trips. Sometimes we're invited on trips where we're on an intense trip for 3 days. And by the time we're done, we're exhausted. I don't think vacations should be exhausting. I think they should be exhilarating, relaxing, adventurous, inspiring, bringing up, giving you time with family, giving you time with yourself, but they should not be exhausting. If you come back from a trip that you planned because it's your vacation and you're exhausted, then what are you doing? I remember for years I would come back from vacations exhausted because I was taking my work with me. I was like, I'm on a working vacation. You are never on a working vacation. You are either working or you're on vacation, but you're not going on a working vacation. I did that for years. I went to Hawaii. I went to Italy. I went to so many places that were supposed to be a vacation, and they ended up, I was working. And you know what? It didn't work. They were fun, but they weren't really fun. And more importantly, they weren't relaxing, and I wasn't taking it slow. So I want you to find ways to take it slow. It doesn't mean you're bowing out. It doesn't mean you're not keeping up. It doesn't mean you're wasting time, because time is very precious. And hopefully you're taking it slow to savor the moments, to connect with where you are, not to be always thinking about where you want to go. The destination is awesome, but the journey should be premier. So I want you to think about that as my end of your holiday message to you, as you think about what you want to be, what you want your 2026 to look like, which is just that ongoing roadmap of life. And don't overpack your resolutions and your to-do list. Just take it slow. You don't have to accomplish any resolutions within the first 3 months of the year. Many people give up. Just pace yourself. I always like to say, I used to go on these trekking trips when I was single, and I would join these trekking trips. And I trekked to Nepal, I trekked to Peru, I was trekking in Ecuador, I was always trekking. I like to trek, but I was always groups. And there were always these annoying people, and I'm sorry, but they are annoying people who always had to be at the front. They always had to be the first. They always had to be the first to the place we were going. They were always faster and pacing. And they'd be like, what's taking you so long? What's taking you so long? We got there first. And I'd be like, at the end, because I was stopping to smell the flowers. I was stopping to take pictures. I was just stopping because I didn't really want to wear myself out. So I stopped doing those group trips because I stopped wanting to be with annoying people that were just, I got to be first. And I used to say with them, this isn't a race. It's a vacation. Enjoy the pace. So frankly, if you are one of those people that likes the fast pace and wants to be the first and whatnot, goody for you. Go have a good time. I don't want to travel with you. Sorry. I want to just enjoy my own pace and not feel pressured. That's why I don't do bike trips. That's why I don't do any more group hiking trips, because I don't want to feel like I have to keep up with anybody else. I know I'm going to be the slow one. And you know what? That's okay. I want it to be okay to be the slow one. I don't want to be the fastest. I just want to get places hopefully on time and in good shape. And goodness knows I've been on a couple of winery trips where I joined the e-bikes in the vineyards, and I was the last one. They were all waiting for me. And people were like, hey, slowpoke, when you're going to show up? Well, first of all, don't ever call somebody a slowpoke because they may be whip smart here and they're going to get you for that. Don't call anybody names at all. Let people enjoy the pace they want to be. Okay, so that's my little message about taking it slow. Now I'm going to talk about slow travel because I'm a big believer in travel and I'm a big believer in taking travel slowly. So what does that mean? Maybe if you can do it and afford it, book an extra day at the start of your trip, particularly if you're going overseas and you know there's a time difference or cross country. Book in your day with a rest day so that you have a day to land, a day to make sure that you have time in case the flights are delayed. Bring a book because there's usually a delay, or an ebook, a book. I like books. I like library books. And have that cushion day is what I call it when you land. And maybe have that last day be just a day to relax and revisit some sites that maybe you missed. Try to, if you can, not schedule the 5 or 6 a.m. flight out. Have a nice breakfast. Have that great send-off. Don't rush it. If you can afford to do that, I encourage you to do it because you will have a better trip experience. When you travel, I like booking. I had a great experience recently with booking some guided trips because guided tours are a great way to see a city you've never been to. You can do a private guide, or I just went on booking.com and got a discount on a small group morning tour of the historic part of Lisbon. I signed up. It was like $2. I could afford it. When I land in a city, I like to do a tour, small, private, or just maybe a handful of people just to get my bearings. So I'm not getting lost. I'm not passing key sites. I'm getting a feel for where I am. That half day, I allow myself that is usually followed by lunch and relaxing and visiting other sites. But that way you're taking it slow, but you're taking it guidedly slow. So I encourage you to do that. And again, there's many great sources for tours. I highly recommend if you're traveling to join a Facebook group or a meetup. I did Facebook for the city. I did Lisbon. I did like 1 or 2 Facebook groups for Lisbon. I said, hey, I'm coming Christmas week. What would you recommend in terms of guided tours? And how much do you spend? And I think the recommendations I got have saved me quite a bit of money on reasonable guided tours. I didn't overschedule them. I have been one here and one here. And then the rest of the time, we're just going to explore neighborhoods and get to know different areas because it's important to get out of the touristy areas. Yeah, you want to see all the things that are highlights in every city. I mean, I used to live in New York. Everybody wanted to see the Statue of Liberty. They wanted to go to Times Square. They want to go to this and that museum. But I would always say, check out this little neighborhood. It's charming. And I say that about New Orleans too. Check out the Melanie. Check out the Bywater. Get out of the French Quarter. Go to City Park. Take it slow and expand. So that's a way I like to travel. I'm big on guidebooks. I've never been loyal to any guidebooks, but I just recently went to the library because I love my library card and picked up a Lonely Planet and a Rick Steves for Portugal. And I got to tell you, I've never listened to or followed Rick Steves, but I got to hand it to him. He's got some great information and free audio guides, which I plan to listen to. Free audio guides, because when I travel somewhere, I love to immerse myself in the area. And I hope you do too. Try not to travel superficiously when you travel. Go out and meet people, talk to locals. That's the only reason I've never done a cruise ship. And I'm not knocking cruise ships because right now, toward the end of the year, you can get some of the best deals on cruise ships ever, including free airfare on one of them. I think Norwegian Cruise Line has a free airfare offer to go to Asia. I'm like, wow, it's tempting. But you don't get to meet any locals. You don't get to sit in a cafe and chat with people. Or, I used to travel alone. I'd sit by myself and just talk to people. You don't get to do that on a cruise. You talk to other passengers. who then sit and talk about where they've been and where they're going. If it's for you, awesome. I'm not knocking it. I got to try one. I'm looking at some of the ones that are complicated itineraries. I think they sound pretty awesome. We'll see. So if you haven't given anyone any gifts, or maybe you're going to do like I do and do first of the year gifts, New Year's gifts, because I'm a New Year's baby, consider giving someone who loves to travel. Hint, airline travel gift cards. If you know they love to fly Delta, give them a Delta gift card or United gift card. That's a great gift. Let them pick their travel. Give them a gift card to a tour company that works all over the place. For example, I just discovered Eating Europe. I love this company. It's owned by an American. He lives in Italy. We did a trip to Rome to the Trastevere neighborhood. Kenny Dunn, you're awesome. I liked it so much I became an affiliate. So if I do post a link, I do make a little money. We're doing the Eating Europe Lisbon Day Tour because I love discovering all these like little culinary places that you wouldn't find yourself and learning the history of the food. And so where am I going with this? Get a gift card. Eating Europe, I think, is offering a 25% discount on gift cards right now. What a great gift to give someone. And you know, it didn't cost much to mail. You can actually have it emailed. So I love, there's some other culinary tour companies. If they're into art, give them an art pass. Do you know you can buy a pass that will give you access to museums all over the United States? Yes, it's an art pass. I'm going to post a lot of this on my social at Melanie Fabulous. Another great gift is if you know someone is like me, loves to go hiking and go visit national parks, give someone a national parks pass. It gives you access to all the national parks in the United States. And here's something cool. If you were over, I think it's 65, it may be, 62. If you're a U.S. resident, a permanent resident, U.S. citizen, age 62 or older, you can give or get, I gave it to myself, a senior lifetime pass to all national parks for life for $80. It's $20 a year. So I did the 80. An annual pass for anybody is 80. So that's a great thing, but it's annual. But if you have someone you love and they love to travel and they're over 62, get them the National Senior Parks Pass. It's like awesome. Another great gift is locally, if you know they love a certain museum, get them a museum membership. I joined City Park. I love City Park. It's like my giant backyard. I gave myself and my husband at the senior rate a City Park membership. It gets you all sorts of discounts to the wonderful attractions in City Park. And every city has a park you love. Support them. They're all nonprofit. And everybody was hurt this year. Another great gift. And these are all like order online, get the card, send to friends. Say, I know you love outdoors. I want to give you a park pass. I want you to support your local park. And you're supporting a local organization that you love. If you know they're into music, get them a membership to their their public radio station. I joined WWOZ, which is based here in New Orleans, but you can hear it all over the United States. I became a member. And you get all sorts of discounts with that to local attractions. But you're also supporting a treasure, which is American culture that was hurt this year through cuts. So if you know someone loves the arts, give them a museum pass or a membership to an organization that supports the arts. Same with sports. Get them a season pass to a team they love. I mean, it doesn't have to be expensive, like a football game. It could be like a little league, but think that way. Think about what you can give people that isn't just an object they have, they put on the table, they wear once, they stick in the closet. I spent years cleaning out all the crap my mother had that was gifted to her, including hundreds of candles. Give experiences that can last a year or a lifetime. And help an organization at the same time. Whether it's theater, a theater membership, great gift, or a museum membership. As I said, a membership to the local public radio station, all good. And then there's all these fun things like of the month. There's a coffee of the month. There's an ice cream of the month. If you know somebody's really crazy about chocolate, give them chocolate of the month. Those are great gifts. They don't cost a lot. They don't weigh a lot because postage is expensive, and it will last throughout the year. And people can slowly enjoy it, because that's really what it's about, is thinking about what people can enjoy and use. Now, here's another one. I recently sent a very good friend of mine some gumbo from New Orleans. She had surgery. And when my mom died, she sent me and David chicken soup for this. She sent us a big pot of chicken soup. I don't know where it came from. It was just this huge thing of chicken soup that we could heat up. So I sent her some New Orleans gumbo because I love sending the flavors of where I live to people I love. And it was a very positive experience. She got a gumbo from Commander's Palace for $8. I think it was $89. So about 10 was shipping at $12 per person for this wonderful gumbo from one of the top rated restaurants in America. All she had to do was heat it. She said it was delicious. That was through Goldbelly. A lot of my friends don't know who Goldbelly is. I'm actually so entranced by this company, and I have no business alliance to them, but they're offering a discount right now that I plan to use it more often to send local food to friends. It actually, Goldbelly, I think the founder's in New York, and I hope to interview him for the Connected Table, but it exploded and really provided restaurants who had been shuttered during COVID. It basically threw them a lifeline. I've been told by many restaurants, if it wasn't for Goldbelly, they would have gone under during COVID. So kudos to the company. It was a great experience. They basically deliver nationwide. You can, let's say you have somebody who lives in Tennessee and you want to, and maybe they're elsewhere, they're in college, you can send a Tennessee gift. I mean, the selection's incredible. I have no commercial relationship with Goldbelly. Wish I did. Eating Europe, I get a little commission, but I do like eatingeurope.com because I can personally tell you I went on the tours, think they're awesome, and got a lot out of it. There's many, many more. I'm a big fan of 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, the best-selling book. Patricia Schultz and I are friendly on social media. I follow her. She, God bless her, I hope to get her on the show. She lost her husband this year, and she did an amazing trip after to walk the Santiago de Compostela route from Portugal. I'm going to do that trip thanks to her. She has amazing books for the armchair traveler, but she also has puzzles. And I don't know you, I love giving puzzles. I think puzzles are so much fun. And so I'm probably going to get, she's doing 25% off right now, but you can go on 1000places.com and get your travel loving friend a puzzle or a guidebook. What a great gift. I don't know. I'm just such a traveler. I love books about travel. I love books, period. People sent me books about travel. I'm in. I love going on trips. I'm always looking for deals. I always on booking.com, which I just had a very positive experience with. Also hotels.com, all of them. I tend to be loyal to one airline because I want to go gold. I just wish that travel was easier once you get to the airport and people are not, it's difficult, but take it slow at the airport. So my tip is always leave an hour earlier than you planned. So I always leave 3 hours before a flight, 2.5 max, usually 3 to get there. If it's domestic, if it's international, I allow a lot more time. I can tell you that the New Orleans airport, and probably at your local airport, there are apps and QR codes where you can join and get discounts while you wait. Do it. I sometimes pick up local gifts at a store I love called Flirty Girl, FLEURTY Girl, local, wonderful, flirtygirl.com. I buy gifts to bring to people. I use airport time to relax because I don't want to board a flight stressed out. I don't want to land stressed out. I don't want to be stressed out. I want to take it slow. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to think about ways you can take it slow in how you approach life and what you do and how you pace yourself. And as Coco Chanel used to say, before you leave to go out, look in the mirror and figure out what one thing you can remove. Well, it's accessories, but I'm saying it's time too. What's the one or two things you can remove from your schedule so you can take it slow, whether you're at home, working from home, or running a home, or at work, or planning a trip? What's the one thing you can stop, toss, take it slow, or assign to someone else? I think slow is a good thing. I like it in my diet. I like it in my food. I like slow cooked meals. I love long, slow evenings with my husband, watching a movie, drinking wine. I don't like to guzzle. I don't like to gulp. I don't like to walk when I eat. I don't like to drive when I eat. I don't like to grab a bite. I don't like to see people walking with food. I like to just take it slow. I think that's a good thing. So I hope you have a wonderfully slow holiday and a fabulously slow start to the new year. And I encourage you to take it slow and see how it feels. If it feels right, awesome. If it doesn't, you gave it a try. You can speed up again. But it's okay to take it slow and never criticize anyone who says, I just need to take it slow. It's their choice. And as always, as I like to end every show, which I'm going to be doing, you have a choice in how you want to live your life, whether you want to take it slow or speed it up, whether you want to eat what you want or not, where you want to go, who you want to be friends with. You got a lot of choices. Choose them on your terms and not on the terms of others who want you to be focused on, said they set standards on you. I said that wrong. Don't let others set standards for you to live by that you're not comfortable with. How's that? Choose to live life on your terms. Take it slow and always choose fearless and fabulous. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy End of Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. I'm going to take it slow for the next 2 weeks. And you can listen to some amazing reruns on your favorite podcast channel. But I plan to take it slow and go into the new year well-paced because it's not a race. And I plan to add a year physically, but take a few years off mentally. I have many more carousels to ride. Thank you. Happy holidays.